A long time since we have talked to you here on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panther Sports Network. Back in last part of December is the last time. Yes. December the 19th is Franklin defeated the Tuscola Mountaineers here on the Panther Den floor and went off on a Christmas jaunt, Tony, a game against AC Reynolds at Western Carolina University, and then Battle of the States Christmas tournament. The Panthers have been busy since the last time that we talked to you. Here's the schedule. Been 7 consecutive games on the road. A couple of losses back to back, and then a win, a loss, a win, a loss. And then a win on Wednesday night against the North Henderson Lady Knights. 68-34, convincing win for Coach Scott Hartbarger and his Lady Panthers. The Smoky Mountain Mustangs come in at 6-9 overall and winless in the Mountain 7 Conference. They are 0-3. You see the top of the conference with West Henderson at 10-5 and 4-0 overall. You see Franklin there at 3-1, and Pisgah has one less game played in the conference, so they are in that third slot at 2-1. North Henderson, the Lady Knights and the Lady Panthers played on Wednesday nights after getting delayed Tuesday because of all the bad weather. And the Panthers had a convincing victory, and North Henderson stands at 2-2 in the conference. We're just about ready for the national anthem, and we'll send it down to our public address announcer.
Remove caps for the playing of the national anthem.
We'll have the starting
Now
lineups.
let's meet the starters for the Mustangs. Number 2, Kiera Inslee. Number 10, Anna Mayar. Number 12, Braylon Mulligan. Number 15, Deetsy Chania. And number 20, Kaylee Broom. Panthers go lights out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shooting guard, wear number 2, Hunter Presley. Shooting guard, wear number 11, Aubrey Haley. She's your point guard. Wear number 12, Kelly Cruz. She's your forward. Wear number 24, Avery Muffet. And she's your center. Wear number 35, Charlie Siegel.
That's the starting lineups for both teams as we turn the lights back on, and we'll get this one underway here at the Panther Den. As I mentioned, road trip for the Panthers. First time here at the Panther Den in 2024. Glad that you are with us on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panther Sports Network. Charlie Siegel will jump center against Anna Mahar, a senior for Coach Olin Dunford and the Lady Mustangs. We are underway here at the Panther Den as it's Cowee Queen quick to the hole, and she'll get the scoring going off the glass.
And that's what you want to see. You want to see Cowee Queen get in there, go early, set the intensity.
Underneath shot by Mahar, off the mark, no good. Last time we talked to you, Cowee was not in the lineup because she was injured against East Henderson. But it was just one of those ankle sprains. They set her out for a couple of games, and she is back in the lineup and already flexing her muscle early on with the 2 points to begin the scoring, as that one is out of bounds off of a Lady Mustang. Cowee will trigger underneath. She'll kick it into the corner. Up top, it's Presley swinging over. 3 off the mark for Queen underneath. Offensive rebound. Shot no good by Presley, and she was fighting for the rebound, and I believe it was off of the Lady Mustang. Yeah, it was.
Yes, it was. I tell you what, right now, if in the rivalry game, you can kind of throw out the records, but I'm not sure about this one.
Shot off the mark, and the Mustangs will come down with the rebound as Presley from the corner couldn't hit. Mahar with it. Will dish over. It's Broom. She'll give it up. Broom bounce pass. Nobody was looking for it. Smoky, though, going to keep possession as Broom dribbles around, guarded by Siegel. Drives in, kicks it out. 3 in the corner, off the mark, no good. Panthers come down with a rebound. Coast to coast. Avery Moffitt able to get the bucket. And the Panthers with an early 4-0 advantage over the Smoky Mountain Mustangs.
Nice pass by Cowee Queen on that last possession.
Away from the basketball, I believe an illegal screen going against Smoky Mountain. So that'll be the first whistle of the ball game. It'll go against the Mustangs. Offensive foul. Haven't put it up on the board yet. I don't know who it was that got that foul. I'll let you know here in a second. Cowee Queen dishes underneath. Shot off the mark for Avery Moffitt. Second opportunity wouldn't go. And eventually Presley going to secure it up near the circle as she kicks it underneath off the mark and out of bounds off of Haley's hands. It'll go back to the Mustangs. So Anna Mahar will run the point, dribbles in, splits a couple of defenders, can't get the bucket to go, crashing the boards. Moffitt, she travels with it.
And both teams have started off man-to-man, so what everyone's trying to do right now is to establish themselves and try to figure out what everybody's doing. And then the scoring should start opening up here in a little while.
Smoky gets it in bounds. It's Mulligan in the paint, lost control. Smoky will retain possession. Over to Mahar, now Mulligan with it. Gives it up. Shania lifts the shot, wouldn't go. Board off to Haley. Quickly now, Queen across that timeline. She stops and pops. Cowee Queen, 5 points early on as she knocks down the trifecta, 7-0. Lady Panthers flexing their muscle early on as the pass goes underneath. Mulligan couldn't secure it. High dish,
nice
up
catch.
Court. It was a nice catch to keep it from going out of bounds. Underneath. Avery Moffitt, no. Offensive board, Siegel, she kicks it out. Top of the key, another 3. Off the mark this time for Cowee Queen. Offensive rebound, Siegel. And they're going to whistle. She out of bounds?
Traveling.
Okay, travel.
Yes.
I didn't see the signal.
Yeah, right there, Charlie. She has to catch that strong and actually go back up with it.
In the corner, Ensley gives it up. It's Broom now. Wild shot. Broom can't get it to go. Siegel had it briefly. Stolen away by Broom. Kaylee Broom trapped underneath, gets it slapped away, picks it back up, finds an open teammate, Mulligan. Mulligan can't get it to go. Braylon Mulligan, freshman. Coach Olin Dunford. Presley with it. Guarded by Mulligan. Kick it over. It's Allie Queen that eventually dishes to Moffitt, but that one was well off the mark. Moffitt could not secure it. Going to go back over to the Smoky Mountain Mustangs as we are almost halfway through this first quarter. Glad you're with us on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panther Sports Network. Invite you to like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Inslee off the mark, and the rebound picked up by Haley. We'll have some more action for you coming up here at the Panther Den next Friday as the 3-ball won't fall from way downtown for Aubrey Haley. A week from tonight, it's a non-conference affair if weather doesn't get involved. Looks like it's going to be a cold week next week. Shot off the mark for Chania, and on the rebound, we've got a tie-up as Eschinero is going to be to Franklin. Next Friday, it's Swain County that'll invade the Panther Den in a non-conference affair. I believe that is the last non-conference game of the season. We'll have it here on the Franklin Panther Sports Network.
Yeah, that non-conference, it's pretty cool when you play non-conference in January. Still, some things to tune up for conference play.
Allie Queen shot no good from beyond the arc. Battle for the rebound. Moffitt secures it. Offensive board from Moffitt, getting position. Moffitt goes up, gets the roll, and the foul. Avery Moffitt will be at the line for the and one situation.
And that look right there, you see it right here. Dribble, creating space, and it is going up strong. Nice move.
Foul whistled on Hannah Mahar. Checking into the game for the first time for Coach Scott Hardbarger and his Lady Panthers is McKenna Plemons. Smoky brings it up court. Inslee with it briefly. She'll give it up in the corner. It's Mahar off the mark. Rebound Moffitt. She gets fouled. Reach in. It's the Mustangs. It's either going to be on Inslee or Mahar. I think it's going to be Mahar. Hannah Mahar with her second foul, and that's the second whistled on Smoky Mountain here in this first quarter. Reminder, this is our third broadcast of the season. They have changed the rules this year for fouls, and after each quarter they reset, and the limit is 5 in each quarter.
And this has been a pretty clean first quarter. There's only 2 fouls called, so far.
Lemons 3-0. Rebound Moffitt. Offensive board and the stick back for Avery Moffitt, and a whistle and a timeout called by Coach Olin Dunford as he sees a big goose egg up on the scoreboard. 12-0. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. Lady Panthers have raced out to a 12-0 advantage and have put the kibosh on the Lady Mustangs, who come in 0-3 in the conference and searching for that first win in the Mountain 7 Conference. But you were talking about non-conference games.
Yeah.
Panthers last Wednesday, the 3rd of January, traveled to Andrews. And the Andrews boys team
they're very good.
Really good this year. And it's a tough place. It's a very small gymnasium. You think that Franklin's gym's small. Andrews is very small, and the boys lost a heartbreaker, really. And the Lady Panthers able to get a 58-48 victory over Andrews in the second to final non-conference game.
And all that does is just get you ready, more ready for the meat of the conference season. Trying to get position for the conference tournament and possibly for the state tournament.
Had a foul on Franklin, the first here in this first quarter. Subs coming in now for Hartbarger as Avery Williamson has rotated in. That foul whistled on McKenna Plemons, her first. And now Coach Dunford will get off the bench Julian McCauley. He's a freshman. And a couple of freshmen that are getting some playing time. Olin Dunford does. McCauley able to get off the bench and get into the scoring column just like that. Off the glass.
Good set play by Smoky Mountain on the out-of-bounds play.
In the corner, It's Presley who dishes a pass to Moffitt underneath. She goes up, can't get it to go. And underneath on the rebound, jump ball, and the possession arrow is going to go to Smoky Mountain.
Great hustle by Moffitt on both those rebounds.
Approaching 2 minutes left here, first quarter. Leah Moss directing traffic. Voss now on the dribble. Chauvin Chania. And now a whistle and a foul going against Avery Moffitt. That's going to be her first, and now the Panthers have 2 fouls along with Smoky Mountain. Minute 50 left. First quarter. Bounce pass, stolen away. Avery Williamson able to pick it off. In the corner, 3 off the mark. Audrey Presley, a long rebound, a fight for it. Jump ball or foul. Going to be a foul on Avery Moffitt. That'll be her second. 2 quick ones on Moffitt. Coming off the bench, Peyton Bailey for Hardbarger. We're talking about the season so far for the Lady Panthers, Tony. It's been kind of like the record shows, 7-7. It's been
up and down,
up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
We've seen some really good play. Example of that is the game against Raven County when they beat Raven County here at the Panther Den. And, you know, you look at the schedule and you see very, very tight games like the one they had last Friday against Pisgah. But that's a tough place to play. You can walk off that court with a win.
Yes.
It's very rare, but it does happen. It was a 39-31 final. Very sloppy game.
Right.
Which is what you expect in those when those two get together.
Yeah, and Coach Hartbarger, he's only returning, I think, 2 starters. And a lot of points, did not come back into the lineup. So everyone's they're still trying to figure it out. It takes, some teams longer to figure it out. Hopefully they're starting to figure it out now, and then it, continues through the rest of this, the regular season into the conference, and then, that's really when you really want to be hitting on all cylinders.
We're still in the conference race with only 1 loss.
Yes.
Voss with it. She'll give it up as we approach 40 seconds left. It's Broom harassed. Back to Voss. 35 seconds as Voss dribbles in, lifts the shot. I think it was partially blocked. It's out of bounds. And, it was touched by Lady Panther before it headed out of bounds.
I tell you what, this, it's a 10-point game, but Smoky Mountain girls, they're actually running some pretty good offense because they're not, out there just jacking up shots. They're trying to get to the basket. They're trying to get fouled. So, that's a good strategy right there.
Yeah, Dumford does have a different lineup in here, trying to spark his offense as the shot from the corner by McCauley is well off the market. On the rebound, we've got a whistle and a foul. He's going against Smoky, and that's Chania. It'll be our first and the third on Smoky Mountain. Callie Queen going to take a seat for the final 22 seconds of this first quarter. And Presley going to bring it up. And we've got a whistle. Some discussion here by the officials. I think. No? I don't know. I have no idea.
Who knows?
Thought that somebody came in and they didn't whistle them in, but that was not the case. Down to 12 seconds. Lemons kicks it over. It's a 3. Up and good. Banked it home. Did Avery Williamson.
I think she called it, too.
No, she had to. 1 quarter in the books. 15-2. Lady Panthers with the advantage as we head to the second quarter right after this. Welcome back as we're just about set to begin the second quarter, 15-2. The Lady Panthers on top of the Lady Mustangs on this Friday night in the middle part of January. Hopefully you are staying dry and staying warm. It's a wet and kind of chilly Friday evening in the mountains. Second quarter sees the Lady Panthers swinging it around the horn.
Great ball
bucket
movement.
Up and good for Audrey Presley.
How about to say great ball movement? The ball ended up finding the person that was actually supposed to shoot the ball there.
Voss to the hole. Count it and one for Aaliyah Voss. Sophomore will be at the line for the and one situation as the first foul is whistled on Franklin in this second quarter. Shot wouldn't go from the free throw line. Panthers with the board. Off to Callie Queens back in the game. Had a brief respite. Charlie Siegel picked up that foul. She's got one personal so far. Beatty's shot from downtown wouldn't go. Quickly racing up court, Broom, and she gets it knocked away. Off it goes Presley. Nice. Underneath. It's Avery Moffitt. We got a whistle and any timeout called by Coach Scott Hartbarger. Here's the nice dish.
I tell you what, that's the second fast break that she's gotten this game. And usually she doesn't actually get that many fast breaks, but she's been able to get out and get in front of it, get in front of the defense and get out, because most of the time she's the one getting the rebound. And right there on the steal, Avery was able to get up and get the ball, get it in.
19-4. Lady Panthers have held the lead the entire way. If you're just joining us, we're approaching 7 o'clock. Glad to be back with you. It's been a while. There's some hoops on YouTube and Facebook.
Looks like the Lady Panthers are coming out in a press.
That was the reason for the timeout?
Yes.
So it's going to be Broom that will trigger for Olin Dunford, the Lady Mustang. Looking to get it in, causing some trouble in the backcourt. Smoky able to break it. Outlet pass, McCauley kicks it back out beyond the arc. Three up and good for Inslee. Kiera Inslee, sophomore guard. It's the trifecta to make it a 19-7 Lady Panther lead. Siegel fights underneath, lifts the shot, it wouldn't go. Smoky with the board, they'll bring it down court. Voss with it. Nifty dribbling. Working on Callie Queen. Voss, baseline, tiptoes it, kicks it over. It's Chania. Three, up and good. Back to back. 3-pointers. Now all of a sudden, it's a single-digit lead at 19-10. You just joined us. Franklin had a 12-0 lead at one point this ball game.
Wow.
A turnover.
Momentum out of the timeout, out of that timeout when the Lady Panthers had the momentum. Now the momentum's the Lady Mustangs.
Little trigger. They're getting some subs in. Braylon Mulligan going to check into the game for Coach Dunford. Outlet off the fingertips. And Siegel thought it was already out of bounds, but it wasn't. Deep three. Tried to bank it home. Did Chania. Panthers with a board. They're out to the races. It's Presley to the hole. Count it and one.
Nice strong move by Presley on that one.
Panthers back up double digits now.
She's driving with her head up. Jumps into the defender and lays it up with that left hand. Sometimes, we've talked about it over the years, sometimes that timeout right after a score, it can throw you off a little bit. Let's see what the Lady Panthers can do this time.
Shot up and good from the free throw line, 22-10. Smoky able to break the press over to McCauley. McCauley gets fouled as she tried to split a double team. I checked that. That was Mulligan that split that double team. She got fouled. No shots here, just a second team foul on Franklin. And that one's going against Callie Queen, her first. Smoky resets after we move the photographer to his setup shop on the baseline. Looking to get it in. Smoky eventually does. Almost did not beat that 5-second clock. Inslee, baseline, just inside the arc.
Sometimes all it takes is seeing it go in one time.
Presley dishes. Siegel back out beyond the arc. It goes. It's Queen. 3. Got it. Callie Queen with the trifecta.
Yes, Callie Queen. She knows that she's the one that's supposed to come back and match that.
That's a whistle and a traveling violation on Chania. 5:18 left. Second quarter. 25-13. Scoring is picked up here in the second quarter for both teams. Definitely for Smoky. It was tough sledding early on. Deep 3, up and good for Callie Queen. Back to back.
Yes, and that what happened is the Lady Mustangs, they've switched to 2-3 zone, and that's been leaving Callie Queen wide open on the wings.
Mulligan kicks it over to the hole. Off the glass. Long board is eventually picked up by the Panthers. It's Callie Queen. Outlet.
Nice pass.
Presley gets fouled. That'll send Audrey Presley to the line for 2 shots. McCauley going to pick up the foul for the Mustangs. That's her first. Team second. Check that. That's her second. And it's the team's second. 2 shots. First one up and good. Presley will have one more. 4:34 left in the second. And Presley gets the roll on the second. Again, pressed by Hardbarger. Smoky going to break it. McCauley with it now. Gets her shot blocked by Siegel, and she picks up the block shot. Queen, 3. Can't make it 3 in a row. Offensive rebound. Moffitt powers up, gets the bucket.
And that's what Moffitt can do. She's very powerful down there, and when she's hustling, trying to get those rebounds, she's very good.
Right at 4 minutes left. This first half. Pass knocked away into the hands of Callie Queen. Outlet. Moffitt. And one for Avery Moffitt.
And that's Moffitt's 3rd fast break of the first half. Perfect pass. Right over the top.
Yeah, that was a tough shot, too,
yes,
because she was heading underneath the basket and had a trailing defender.
Great concentration by the senior.
It's very hard to get position and remain balanced enough to get the bucket to go, but she did, and she'll have the opportunity for the old-fashioned 3-point play at the charity stripe. And can't get it, but it's an offensive board. Charlie Siegel going to feed underneath. Knocked away, but picked back up. Panthers will reset. Presley. Underneath it goes. Knocked away. Moffitt couldn't secure it. Mahar with it. She goes to the basket, gets it blocked from behind by Avery Moffitt. Out of bounds. It'll stay with Smoky. 3:33 left. Quick inbounds pass. Thought about a 3. Now going to dribble. Up top, it's Voss. Voss gets fouled on the floor. That'll be the 3rd on Franklin, so no shots here. Foul going against Audrey Presley, her first for Franklin. Kenna Plemons is checked in for Hartbarger. Baseline jumper off the mark for Lacey Frizzell. Siegel, well, check that, Moffitt underneath. And one once again.
Yes.
She has been deadly underneath in this first half.
Yes, knowing that she's about to get hit and absorbing the contact and keeping her concentration right on the rim.
Foul's going to be whistled on McCauley. That's her third. And Moffitt completes the three-point play. As McCauley may take a seat, she does. She's a freshman. But stands 5'9" as a freshman. Played well, but picked up her third foul. So Coach Olin Dunford going to check in Shania for her. As Voss has it for the Mustangs. Brings it up. Approaching 3 minutes left. In the corner, double team. Kicks it over. It's Frizzell. Off the mark. Queen with the board. Clemens dishes Moffitt. Gets position. Goes up. 3 consecutive and one situations for Avery Moffitt.
Yes. I'm trying to figure out why would you do anything else.
I was about to say the same thing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Correct.
Continue to feed her.
Because right there were two defenders on her, and they fouled her, and she still got it in. So that's the play. That would be the play. But I guarantee there will be an adjustment, made at halftime.
Avery Moffitt for one. Anna Mahar picks up her third. That's the fifth on Smoky. So the Panthers will be shooting 2 the rest of the way. Shot from Mulligan off the mark on that right side. Rebound secured by the Panthers as Queen races. Gives it up. It's Presley. Leans into it. Audrey Presley with the bucket. 41-13. Offensive explosion for the Panthers here in this first half.
Yeah, like I said in that first quarter, it seemed like everyone's filling each other out.
Yep. I mean, there's been some games where the game against Pisgah, Franklin only scored 31 points.
Right.
I have 41 in this one. Shot wouldn't go for Moffitt underneath. An offensive rebound, the stick back. Presley. 2 minutes left. 43-13. 30-point advantage. Somebody's hitting the deck. A Mustang maybe hit her head.
Oh, my gosh.
She is definitely in some pain. I can't grab a number. I believe that's Voss. Aaliyah Voss is injured, and Lynette is out tending to her. Her coach, Olin Dunford, comes over to check her out. So while we've got a break in the action, we mentioned the upcoming schedule for the Panthers. Here it is. We've got a lot of ball games in the next few weeks. As you see the FPSN logo outside of each ball game, you see the NFHS network on some of the ball games, including this coming Tuesday at West Henderson and at East Henderson. And then the next time that these two teams meet, it'll be in Silva at Smoky Mountain. It's on February the 6th, and that'll be live on Huddle TV.
Huddle TV, what's that?
$12 pay-per-view.
That new? That's a new,
yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can watch it, but it's $12.
Wow.
If you'd like to, you can on the Smoky Mountain Huddle page. So we have a break in the action here. We've still got Lynette tending to Aaliyah Voss, who is injured on the floor. We'll take a look at the standings real briefly here. I mentioned this at the opening of the broadcast. I know a lot of folks have joined us since then. It's a little past 7 o'clock. You see the standings. West Henderson looks like the team to beat, Tony.
Yes.
At 4-0. And then you see Franklin and Pisgah and North Henderson. Franklin and Pisgah just one loss.
But you know how it is. It's early right now.
It is very early.
Just like last year, the boys, they were, undefeated going into February, I think, and then ended up, barely missing out on winning the conference.
Went to overtime.
Yeah, went to overtime. And then
against West Henderson.
Next thing you know, it turned into being third, a third or fourth. They were first. So, early in the season, you still have enough time right now to kind of, right the wrongs.
That's
and,
right.
Give everybody, because, at most, you're 3 games behind.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, and for Franklin, at least, you've got the team that's at the top ahead of you. So
Correct.
You can definitely help your cause if you can beat the team that has no losses. Back to action. They help Voss off the floor. Top of the key 3 Wouldn't fall for Mulligan. And Franklin going to bring down the rebound. It's Josie Dehart with it. Kick it over in the corner. 3. Off the mark by Clemens. Yep. And it's out of bounds. Stay with Franklin. We've got a whole new lineup in. Grabbing the numbers here. Pass along those. It's like Cassidy Parker. She'll have it in the corner. She'll jack. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. They'll kick it out. Clemens underneath. They'll spin it. Shot wouldn't go for Parker. Second opportunity for Parker wouldn't go. Out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Franklin. Minute 14 left, second quarter. Hartbarger allowing his starters a little rest here, up 30 in the quarter, in the half. Josie Dehart with it over to Clemens. Underneath. Beatty had it, gave it up to Parker, shot no. Smoky going to race down court with it. 58 seconds left. Inslee will get fouled on the way to the hole.
And anytime for Coach Hartbarger, anytime you can put your bench players in the game this early, like in the second quarter, it's big for the morale for practice. Because if you go through the season and you're not playing, you always play in the fourth quarter. Your kind of morale kind of gets stale.
But practice stinks at that point.
Yes, but getting them in the game now, they're thinking, okay, I like this. I like being in before halftime. So the coach can say some things at halftime about you. So it's it kind of works for the coach if they can get people in early like this.
Inslee will hit the second. Final 41 seconds. Dehart gives it up. It's Clemens up top. 3 ball wouldn't go. Board Beatty. She goes up, gets fouled. Peyton Beatty will be at the line for a couple of shots. Both teams are over the limit at 5 now, so any fouls the rest of the way. The final 31.8 will have free throws. And again, they've eliminated the 1-and-1.
Yes.
That's the other thing if you just tuned in for the first time here in the 23-24 season. All double bonus. First shot no for Beatty. She'll get one more. Second opportunity, rims out. Josie Dehart tracks down the rebound. Dehart with it. Kicks it over. It's Williamson 3. Off the mark. Battle for the rebound. And we're heading Smoky Mountain way. No, they add a foul. Okay. Got a foul on the rebound. And we'll have some shots on the other end. Peyton Beatty will pick up the foul. Yep, 2 shots. Beatty's first foul. So it was a quick first half is bogged down here with fouls being called. Some shots at the free throw line. Caitlin Foster into the game for Coach Hartbarger. Second shot up and good. Might do it. Down to 15 seconds. Down to 10 seconds. Mulligan with it, lost control. It's picked up by Dehart. Dehart at the buzzer. That'll do it. We're at the half here at the Panther Den. 43-15. Lady Panthers are on top comfortably here at the break. The cheerleaders about to perform, and I'll tell you a couple of things about the cheerleaders while they perform. Both Kaylee Zachary and Brianna Quiros, both named All-Region.
Nice.
All-Region cheer both invited to try out for the All-State team, and that will take place on April the 7th. So congratulations.
Congrats.
To Kaylee Zachary and Brandon Burrows. We're going to take a break here. And when we come back, we're going to talk with head coach of the boys varsity, Doug Clemens. Talk about the 7-game road trip and tonight's opponent in Smoky Mountains. Stay with us.
Join Backlot Cinema and the Blue Ridge Bartram Trail Conservancy for Walking with Bartram, a section hike of the Bartram Trail through Georgia and North Carolina. Streaming now on YouTube and Facebook.
Hey fans, George Young here, now joined by the head man for the boys varsity. It's Doug Clemens. Been a while since we talked to you. It's been about 3.5 weeks since you guys have played here at the Panther Den. Tonight you host the Smoky Mountain Mustangs at the Battle of Cowee Mountain. But let's head back in time, Coach. Before Christmas, you played AC Reynolds at Western, and then you went into a Battle of the States tournament, Tennessee, Georgia, and North Carolina teams in that tournament, and then a couple of games after the new year. And you went 4-3, played a tough AC Reynolds team at Western, won a couple of games in that tournament. Kind of go through those games and the maturation process of this young team. We were talking before we came on that you've learned a lot over the past 7 games.
We have. That was a tough stretch. We just finished up on Tuesday night. We finished up a seven-game road trip. And we call it our West Coast swing. In the pros, they talk about that. But we, like I say, we played Reynolds, probably the best team on our schedule. They were very tough. We had tried to scout them, had some film on them early, only to find out that when we watched the film later, they didn't have their football players. They were in the playoffs, so we didn't gain a lot from that. They came out, got on us early. We never responded, and probably the worst team, probably the best team we've played and the worst we've played. Not a good combination. Like you say, went into the Christmas tournament, played probably the best team in the tournament at Union County, Georgia, the first night, and had a chance to win, had possession of the basketball in the last 30 seconds, and got a tough call on a block charge, and they ended up hitting some free throws and beating us by 4. Then we turned around and won our next 2 pretty handily against Coosa, Georgia, and then Polk County, Tennessee. Came out of that, went to Andrews, very good team. We knew that going in. We'd played them in the summer, and again, a very close ball game, and they just did some things down the stretch to pull out the win. But since then, we have played, some of our best basketball. We've had back-to-back wins on the road at Pisgah, which I feel like, other than our gym, is probably the toughest place in the conference to play. And then we went to North Henderson, which I think in preseason was considered to be maybe the best team in the conference talent-wise. Went over there and beat them by 12 at their place on Tuesday night. So we feel like we're in a good spot. You mentioned maturity. I do feel like, we've had a young team. We haven't talked much about that, but we had one starter returning from last year. We're starting a freshman. A sophomore coming off the bench is playing a lot, and then a bunch of JV players that moved up from last year's JV team. So I feel like we're hitting our stride at a good time. We're playing solid defense, and then shooting-wise, we're getting different people scoring. Max McClure is pretty solid every night, and then we have 3 or 4 kids that are chipping in, double-figure points at different times. So I like where we're at right now.
Speaking of Max, he had 42 points in the game against Polk County, Tennessee, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is that one off the all-time record? Is it 43 or 44?
I think it's 44. Excuse me. I happened to coach against Randy Higdon that night when I was at Smoky Mountain, and so I feel like I helped him do that. And then, of course, Max has been solid all year. Along with that 42 points, he also had 16 rebounds. He's averaging a double-double, which is great in itself. But the fact that he's a point guard and averaging double-figure rebounds is, almost unheard of. So he's been our solid leader all year long. He's our captain of our team. He's a lone starter returning from last year's team. He just does a lot of things well, and just kind of settles our team and makes big buckets. He's kind of our go-to guy. So proud of Max and also proud of the other guys, stepping up at different times. So we're looking forward to the rest of the season.
Well, Coach, you come into tonight's Mountain 7 Conference ball game against Smoky Mountain with only one conference loss, so you're still in the race for that conference championship. Tonight and then Tuesday night, it concludes the first half of the conference schedule. Smoky Mountain comes in struggling this season. They got a new coach, but they've had some pretty good wins this year. Talk about Smoky.
They have. They're young, and again, having a new coach, there's always an adjustment period. But he seems to be. They seem to be peaking at the right time. I know they got them a win this week, I think, against Irwin, and they played. If you look at the scores, I think the first conference game they played was against Pisgah, and Pisgah just really put it on them. But since then, they've been respectable and close enough to even, put some pressure on people. So we're expecting a tough game. It's a rivalry game for us. I talked to the boys about that. Just throw the records out the window. We know that they're going to give their best effort. They're going to bring a big crowd. I hope our crowd will show up and be loud and should be a great atmosphere.
Well, as always, Coach, good luck tonight. Good luck on Tuesday night when you head to Mills River, and then we'll talk to you next Friday.
Sounds good.
That's head coach Doug Clemens. Fans, stay with us.
Hi, my name's Elijah Cochran. I'm a senior at Franklin High School, and I run indoor and outdoor track. I have 9 total school records. My personal goals for this indoor track season is to win the state MVP, to score enough points to help my team win another state championship. My plans after high school is to get a Division I track scholarship to a school, which I have not decided which school I'd like to go to yet. If I had to leave a word of advice for anyone that's thinking about starting track and field, it would just be to keep up the hard work and not give up. I started track my 6th grade year, and I didn't win a race until my junior or sophomore year. It's obviously difficult, and you become discouraged at times, but if you just keep pushing through the pain, all that hard work will pay off.
Welcome back. Both teams are back out of the locker room, and we are ready to go. 8 minutes up on the scoreboard. Third quarter about to begin with the Lady Panthers up 43-15. George Young, Feldy Christie, fantastic FPSN crew. Logan and Christine on cameras tonight. Clinton Taylor On controls, Smoky Mountain will have his first possession. It's Chania. High pass, secured by Mulligan. She goes to the hole and can't get it to go. And the board picked up by Callie Queen. Queen up court. It's Clemens. Back around the horn, they'll swing it. Top of the key, it is McKenna Clemens, another three ball. That was a deep three from Clemens. It extends that Panther lead at 46-15.
And I think there was confusion on the Lady Mustangs part. They didn't know what defense they were in. Some were playing man, some were playing zone.
That'd be an issue. Chania is going to be fouled on the way to the hole. And was she in the act? Yes, she was. That'll be the first whistled on Franklin.
And I just realized, because Callie Queen was still out there, I didn't think about it, but it's Callie Queen and 4 reserves right now.
Yep.
We'll start the second half.
First shot up off the mark. We got Williamson. Also, Caitlin Foster out on the court for Hartbarger. Williamson and Beatty, along with Queen, your starting 5 for the second half. Second, it's up and good for Chania. 47-15.
Good.
Underneath. Williamson can't get it to go. Fight for the board. Smoky comes out with it. It's Ensley to the hole. Immediately, we had a whistle. They're going to count the bucket is the question.
The Blarge. We thought that was the Blarge. No, he actually waved it away.
So they did not count the bucket. They'll wave it off. 47-15. Another whistle, and now a discussion. We're going to.
Yes, he's going to ask. She's going to ask if it
counted or not. Clock's still running. Maybe they had an issue with the clock. Had to take some. Yeah, that's what it was. Clock didn't start running. 6:57 left. Franklin with the basketball. Dressed in their home whites. Callie Queen gets her shot blocked by Chania. Chania then gets her pocket picked by Queen. And one for Callie Queen. She got revenge on Chania. That'll be Chania's second. Here's the replay here. I'll watch it.
Great hustle right there. Back up with the left.
Chania picks up her third foul, and the shot from the free throw line up and good by Callie Queen. Should be 50, should 50-16. Yeah, 49 up there. Some issues with the scoreboard. They're fixing it right now. To the hole. Off the mark. Queen could not get it to go as Mulligan. Check that. Chania comes down with it. Races up court. Dishes. Ensley. Deep shot wouldn't fall. Clemens passes over to Williams, but it's knocked away.
Good thought by McKenna to pass that one across court.
6:07 left in the third. Again, fans coming up. Conclusion of this one. Clemens, another three ball, up and good. Conclusion of this one, we'll have about a 10-minute intermission, and then we'll have the boys varsity for you. The Battle of Cowee Mountain. Broom to the hole off the glass. (52-18). Want to send a shout out to Tyler Buchanan. Big Smoky Mountain fan. He manages a lot of these social media pages for a bunch of the teams for Smoky Mountain. I know he's watching tonight. He shared our link on the Smoky Mountain Basketball Facebook page. We appreciate you for all you do for Smoky Mountain and high school athletics here in this area. I know that I found out a lot of information from Tyler. Appreciate you. To the hole. Williamson will be at the line.
Shooting two
shots. She was fouled in the act. Second whistled on Smoky Mountain here in this third quarter. 5:12 left. Panthers with a commanding lead at 52-18. Williamson will get the first to go. Some more subs coming in for Hartbarger. Josie DeHart will check in along with Cassidy Parker. Beatty takes a seat. Nice crowd on hand. You expect that with Smoky and Franklin. Usually is. More fans are making their way
Cowee.
in. So we're almost at 7:30. Folks that came a little late thought they would catch the second half of the girls' game, the boys. But they got a nice dinner, making their way in. Broom dribbling around. Wolf on Chania in the paint. She can't get the jumper to go. I checked that. That was Kylie Davis who was checked in. 25. Davis couldn't get it to go to the hole and off the mark for Cassidy Parker after the nice assist. And on the rebound, we've got a whistle and a foul. That one's going on Kaylee Broom for Smoky Mountain. That's her first. Third on Smoky. 4:42 left, third quarter. But again, fans, if you just have tuned in, we've got more basketball action for you next Friday here on YouTube and Facebook as Franklin hosts Swain County here at the Panther Den. To the hole, rimmed out for Kiara Inslee. And Smoky going to go check that. Franklin going to come down with it. It's Josie Dehart with it into the front court. Williamson. Nice move, but she couldn't get the bucket. Rebound secured by the Panthers. They'll reset. Dehart. Cross-court pass. Williamson. Got addition to the corner. A double team. Back out it goes Williamson. Now back into the corner. Approaching 4 minutes. Third quarter. Dehart on the dribble. Working on Voss. Finds Williamson. Williamson. Bounce pass. Foster. Can't get it to go.
You know, the end part didn't work, but the rest of it, they actually executed the play and got the ball where they wanted to.
Panthers will be in action on Tuesday. Voss for three, off the mark. Got their own rebound. Direct some traffic for her head coach, Olin Dunford. Voss. Tuesday, it is more Mountain 7 conference action as Smoky turns it over after the dish underneath. Clemens down court.
Good pass.
Williamson. Nice dish, but Williamson can't convert. Franklin travels to Mills River to take on West Henderson. To the hole, off the glass. And it's Kiara Inslee, the sophomore for Coach Dunford, to make it a 54-20 advantage. That game will be broadcast on the pay-per-view channel of the NFHS. If you would like to subscribe to that, it'll be broadcast if they turn it on Tuesday night on that service. And then next Friday, of course, as I mentioned, we'll have that non-conference affair with Swain here on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panther Sports Network. Once the Panthers take on Smoky or check that West Henderson on Tuesday night, that'll be the first part of the conference season in the books. First 6 conference games. And they'll go back through for another round. Josie Dehart going to pick up the foul. It's Inslee at the line. She got the first to go. Beatty going to check back in for Hartbarger. Also into the ball game. Aubrey Haley going to sub off the bench. Inslee at the stripe for one more. Back of the iron. Board to Parker. We had a buzzer sound. Everybody stopped, but it was an inadvertent buzzer. Jay's running the clock over there. He waved his hands in the air and said, "My bad, my bad." The clock operators, I tell you, they don't get a lot of praise, but it's a tough job.
It really is.
You have to be on your P's and Q's constantly. You can't talk to anybody, eat popcorn, or not be focused on the ball game. Along with the scorekeeper, same boat. Off the mark, no good. Aubrey Haley couldn't get it. Voss into the front court for Smoky. Dish underneath, stolen away. Peyton Beatty able to intercept that pass. Williamson Over to Parker.
Good shot.
Cassidy Parker just inside the arc with the J. 56-21. Panthers cruising in this Mountain 7 conference affair. That one wouldn't go. Down to 90 seconds left, third quarter. Scoring not as brisk for Lady Panthers, as I say that. Parker attacks, can't get it to go. Voss with the board, but as we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, you mentioned, Tony, that you've got a lot of bench players in the ballgame, getting a lot of playing time, a lot of PT.
A lot of playing time. And you know what? This because they get to play against the starters in practice, but getting out in front of the fans and being able to do stuff. Now, Coach Hartbarger actually will have tape, for them to kind of get better and see it on tape and in a game situation. Because in practice, I know you're in there and the coach is telling you need to do this, and you're like, oh my goodness, I had this for lunch. I didn't. What time is it? I want to go to sleep. But when you played in the game, now you can take that. The coach can break it down and tell you need to work on this, and now practice. Is that more intense for everybody involved?
Mulligan at the free throw line. This is the first. Foul whistled on Cassidy Parker, her second. Olin Dunford got a sub. Julia McCauley playing with 3 fouls. She's back into the game as the second shot up and good by Mulligan. A minute left, third quarter. 56-22. Lady Panthers pretty much have dominated this ball game from the jump. Aubrey Haley can't get that roll. Smoky races down court after securing the rebound. Voss high off the glass. Cassidy Parker with it. Check that. Peyton Beatty with the rebound. Up court it goes to Haley, and then Haley loses control. We got bodies diving everywhere. And Smoky Mountain basketball, but I'm concerned about a Lady Mustang. And she's still down. I believe that is Kiera Inslee. Here comes Lynette Trainer. Looks like it may be, I don't want to speculate. She came up maybe a leg, but they'll tend to her. Help her off. Well, looks like she can't really walk very well. Hopefully it's just a ding and nothing serious. She is not walking very briskly. 29.5 seconds left in this third quarter, 56-22. And the Panthers, 1 point led 12-0 in this ball game and built onto that lead. So we'll have some free throw shots coming up, as that was the 5th foul on Franklin. McKenna Clemens picked up her second. And it's going to be Kaylee Broom at the free throw line to shoot 2. And the first one's off the mark. They'll wave it off, a lane violation. Josie Dehart dishes over to Parker. Parker fights position. We find Beatty underneath. Beatty now over to Haley. Haley gives it up. Down to 12 seconds. Dehart with 7. Kenna Clemens at the buzzer. Count it. 58-22 after 3 quarters here at the Panther Den. We'll take a quick break. Fourth quarter is coming up right after this.
We are Dalton's Christian Bookstore. North Carolina's largest Christian bookstore. We offer a wide range of gifts and apparel. Children will find a world of fun to explore in our interactive kids section. Dalton's has a huge inventory of Christian literature, including Bibles in all translations. Dalton's, your destination for inspiration.
In open space, Hanley at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Davis hits one into right pretty well. Right fielder backpedaling. It's out of here. Welcome back. You see the senior banners that were taken by Backlot, us here at FPSN. They have got them all strung up on one side of the gymnasium. Not much room left for anything else. Williamson out of the gate. The trifecta.
Great form right there by Williamson. Held the foul through. Ball went in.
Free throw line jumper off the mark for Frizzell. Lacey Frizzell couldn't get the bucket as Franklin brings it down court. Josie Dehard with it. Finds Siegel. Got a dish underneath. Parker. She'll get the roll. Cassidy Parker with a bucket to make it a 63-22 advantage.
And the whole time on offense, regardless of who's in the game, they've been executing their offense, exactly how Coach Harder-Barker wants them to.
And we have crossed the 40-point differential. The clock will continue to run through any free throw shots or dead ball situations. As you see, it's running. And it won't stop. It's going to be a quick fourth quarter. Underneath. Out of bounds play. Cowee able to get the bucket. And even though you may cross back over that 40-point differential, they'll keep the clock rolling. Williamson. Nice cut. McCauley could not secure it. It's out of bounds. As you see, the clock continues to roll. If you see the banners here, and if you come in person and make another shot of it here at the gymnasium, they've got the, for the first time I believe ever, they've got the indoor track seniors over on the left side, underneath the scoreboard on that side. And they cover a good portion of real estate over there.
Yes, the defending state champ.
I think about 12, 13 seniors, and that's both boys and girls. Indoor track seniors, they've got their banners, and then the basketball seniors you saw coming out of the break. Cheerleading, wrestling, got that over there as well. Pass intercepted, McCauley with it for Smoky. Smoky is going to fall to 0-4 in the conference as they're still searching for that first conference win. Out of bounds. And we mentioned it early on, Tony. Coach Olin Dunford, great coach.
Yes.
We've known him for years.
Yes.
And he's had some very good teams. Just got a young team this year.
Very young. Yes. Yeah, and that's what from talking to him, that's what he said. He said they're young. He said he's going have to take some lumps.
Yep.
And he's been around for a long time, so he understands it. And but they are going to if you watch them now. And if we happen to be doing the tournament,
yep,
you'll see a different team. If they're able to make it to that far, that stage.
Well, we've seen some Smoky Mountain teams that Franklin has handled early on in the season, and then you get towards the end of the season into the tournament. There have been some battles.
Correct.
And obviously these two teams know each other very well, play in a lot of community leagues together, travel ball teams together.
Correct.
So they know what each other are going to do. And so that contributes to a lot of these close games. And it would not surprise me if they went on a run later on in the season.
Yes, and that's what they usually do. And then, this game has to be played again on their home floor. Anything can happen. Ooh.
Hitting the deck hard. Looks like she's going to be okay. Is Anna Mahar, and Mahar will be at the line here. He's one of the lone seniors for Coach Olin Dunford. So the clock continues to roll. We're under 4 minutes left in this ball game. Peyton Beatty going to check in for Hartbarger. Mind your fans coming up. It will be before 8 o'clock. We'll be underway with the boys varsity, so you can let all your friends and family know that want to tune in for the boys varsity that they go ahead and tune in right now, because the boys varsity is just minutes away from tipping off. And looking forward really to that one, Tony, because we haven't seen boys varsity play since December the 19th. They have been all over the place playing basketball and really have found out a lot about themselves.
Yes.
And I think have matured as the season has gone on and have really picked up a couple of impressive wins, winning at Pisgah and winning against North Henderson, who coming into that game on Wednesday night was 12-2.
Right.
And Franklin handled them by double digits.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they've been picking it up lately, and it's been, different people, for the scoring part. So as long as they're playing defense and they're really into people and getting rebounds, ending every possession with a rebound, they're pretty good. And like I said, on offensive end, it's been by committee. One game, just like in the last game, Braylon Desarn had 28 points or 26 points, and he shot 86%, from the field and 75% from three and had steals. So, and then another game, back later or earlier in the season, Max McClure had 42 points. So, they do it by, a different guy. It isn't just one guy just scoring a whole lot of points. So they're very hard to guard in that aspect.
Yeah, spreading the wealth, which is good for the future.
Yes,
for sure. We're down to under 2 minutes left in this one. The decision has been made. We just don't know what the final score will be, as there's a turnover in the paint. And Chania will bring it down court. Give it up. Shot back of the iron, no. Rebound secured by Smoky, and Fussell will get fouled. Just the second foul whistled on Franklin. Another good 30 seconds to roll off the clock before Smoky's able to get it in bounds. About 10 seconds or so. 15. Chania with it up top. Buck 15 left. Again, stay with us, fans, between games. Shot up and good by Mehar. We'll again talk with Coach Doug Clemens. If you didn't see it at the half of this game, you'll see it again coming up in just a few moments. We'll talk about that Christmas tournament, talk about the tough schedule that they have played since playing here at the Tom Raby basketball court back on December 19th. Josie Dehart will have it up top. Drain some more clock, down to 37 seconds left. Pass underneath Williamson, secures it in traffic. Can't get it to go.
Good try.
Mehar.
Oh.
Gets blocked to the paint, and that may do it.
Yes, that's what
20 seconds.
I'm about to say, that's an official's dream right there.
The 2 shots here, just gotta hurry up.
Yeah, the game is over.
10 seconds. First shot up and good. I'll get one more, and that'll do it. The horn will sound. We'll put a bow on this one. 66-29. Franklin heads to 8-7 overall, and they are now 4-1 in the Mountain 7 Conference. They'll take on the conference leading at this point coming into tonight. Don't know the final score of West Henderson's ball game, but that'll be the next opponent in Mills River on Tuesday night. Lady Falcons and Lady Panthers will do battle, and whoever wins that one could be at the top of the conference. Final tonight, 66-29. Congratulations Coach Scott Harbarter and the Lady Panthers on picking up their 8th win of the season. You see the Mustangs have made their way out onto the floor. The Panthers are now making their way out, and they'll start warming up. We'll take a break. We'll talk with head coach Doug Clemens and get you set for the tip-off of the Battle of Cowee Mountain on the boys' side right after this. Hey fans, George Young here, now joined by the head man for the boys varsity. It's Doug Clemens. It's been a while since we talked to you. It's been about 3.5 weeks since you guys have played here at the Panther Den. Tonight you host the Smoky Mountain Mustangs at the Battle of Cowee Mountain. But let's head back in time, Coach. Before Christmas, you played AC Reynolds at Western, and then you went into a Battle of the States tournament, Tennessee, Georgia, and North Carolina teams in that tournament, and then a couple of games after the new year, and you went 4-3, played a tough AC Reynolds team at Western, won a couple of games in that tournament. Kind of go through those games and the maturation process of this young team. We were talking before we came on that you've learned a lot over the past 7 games.
We have. That was a tough stretch. We just finished up on Tuesday night. We finished up a seven-game road trip, and we call it our West Coast swing. In the pros, they talk about that, but we, like I say, we played Reynolds, probably the best team on our schedule. They were very tough. We had tried to scout them, had some film on them early, only to find out that when we watched the film later, they didn't have their football players. They were in the playoffs, so we didn't gain a lot from that. They came out, got on us early. We never responded, and probably the worst team, probably the best team we've played and the worst we've played. Not a good combination. Like I say, went into the Christmas tournament, played probably the best team in the tournament, Union County, Georgia, the first night, and had a chance to win, had possession of the basketball in the last 30 seconds, and got a tough call on a block charge, and they ended up hitting some free throws and beating us by 4. Then we turned around and won our next 2 pretty handily against Coosa, Georgia, and then Polk County, Tennessee. Came out of that, went to Andrews, very good team. We knew that going in. We'd played them in the summer, and again, a very close ball game, and they just did some things down the stretch to pull out the win. But since then, we have played, some of our best basketball. We've had back-to-back wins on the road at Pisgah, which I feel like, other than our gym, is probably the toughest place in the conference to play. And then we went to North Henderson, which I think in preseason was considered to be maybe the best team in the conference talent-wise. Went over there and beat them by 12 at their place on Tuesday night. So we feel like we're in a good spot. You mentioned maturity. I do feel like, we've had a young team. We haven't talked much about that, but we had one starter returning from last year. We're starting a freshman. A sophomore coming off the bench is playing a lot, and then a bunch of JV players that moved up from last year's JV team. So I feel like we're hitting our stride at a good time. We're playing solid defense, and then shooting-wise, we're getting different people scoring. Max McClure is pretty solid every night, and then we have 3 or 4 kids that are chipping in, double-figure points at different times. So I like where we're at right now.
Speaking of Max, he had 42 points in the game against Polk County, Tennessee, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is that one off the all-time record? Is it 43 or 44?
I think it's 44. Excuse me. I happened to coach against Randy Higdon that night when I was at Smoky Mountain, and so I feel like I helped him do that. And then, of course, Max has been solid all year. Along with that 42 points, he also had 16 rebounds. He's averaging a double-double, which is great in itself, but the fact that he's a point guard and averaging double-figure rebounds is, almost unheard of. So he's been our solid leader all year long. He's our captain of our team. He's a lone starter returning from last year's team. He just does a lot of things well, and just kind of settles our team and makes big buckets. He's kind of our go-to guy. So proud of Max and also proud of the other guys, stepping up at different times. So we're looking forward to the rest of the season.
Well, Coach, you come into tonight's Mountain 7 Conference ball game against Smoky Mountain with only one conference loss, so you're still in the race for that conference championship. Tonight and then Tuesday night, it concludes the first half of the conference schedule. Smoky Mountain comes in struggling this season. They got a new coach, but they've had some pretty good wins this year. Talk about Smoky.
They have. They're young, and again, having a new coach, there's always an adjustment period. But he seems to be. They seem to be peaking at the right time. I know they got them a win this week, I think, against Irwin, and they played. If you look at the scores, I think the first conference game they played was against Pisgah, and Pisgah just really put it on them. But since then, they've been respectable and close enough to even, put some pressure on people. So we're expecting a tough game. It's a rivalry game for us. I talked to the boys about that. Just throw the records out the window. We know that they're going to give their best effort. They're going to bring a big crowd. I hope our crowd will show up and be loud, and should be a great atmosphere.
Well, as always, Coach, good luck tonight. Good luck on Tuesday night when you head to Mills River, and then we'll talk to you next Friday.
Sounds good.
That's head coach Doug Clemens. Fans, stay with us.
Hi, my name is Elijah Cochran. I'm a senior at Franklin High School, and I run indoor and outdoor track. I have 9 total school records. My personal goals for this indoor track season is to win the state MVP, to score enough points to help my team win another state championship. My plans after high school is to get a Division I track scholarship to a school, which I have not decided which school I'd like to go to yet. If I had to leave a word of advice for anyone that's thinking about starting track and field, it would just be to keep up the hard work and not give up. I started track my 6th grade year, and I didn't win a race until my junior or sophomore year. It's obviously difficult, and you become discouraged at times, but if you just keep pushing through the pain, all that hard work will pay off.
Welcome back, fans, as we get set for the boys' varsity. Smoky and Franklin battle at Cowee Mountain. Glad that you are with us. George Young, Tony Christie back with you, along with our fantastic FPSN crew. Christine and Logan on cameras tonight. Clinton Taylor, executive producer. We'll send it down to our public address announcer. We're going to have the starting lineups.
Welcome to tonight's varsity matchup against the varsity boys from Smoky Mountain, the Mustangs, and your hometown Panthers. First, the starting lineup for the Mustangs. Number 5, Cameron Fowler. Number 14, Ace Pringer. Number 21, Ben Brown. And number 22, Lane White. And number 33, Custer Pringer. Panthers go lights out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Panther fans, get on your feet for tonight's starting lineup. At guard, number 2, Braylon Desarn. At the other guard, number 3, Max McClure. At forward, number 12, Reed Raby. At forward, number 14, Noah Brannon. And at forward, number 23, William Rowers.
That's the starting lineup for head coach Doug Clemens and the Franklin boys varsity in the starting lineup for the Smoky Mountain Mustangs under first-year head coach Thomas Young. No relation. He has led his Mustangs, Coach Young, to a 4-11 mark. Panthers come into this one at 10-4 and 3-1 in the Mountain 7 Conference, and we are underway here at the Panther Den. Smoky Mountain for the opening possession. They are dressed in their black uniforms tonight as it's a steal. McClure.
Good help right there by Max McClure on that drive to strip that ball.
Running the point, it's Fowler for Coach Young. He'll give it up. Now in the paint, spinning and shooting off the mark for Pringer.
Good defense by Noah Brannon.
Desarn kicks it out. Raby, 3. Reed Raby with the trifecta, and the Panthers out of the gates blazing at 5-0.
Must feel good for them to actually finally play a home game.
Sure it does. It's 7 in a row on the road.
Yes.
One of their home fans in this short court here at the
Yes.
Panther Den. 84 feet. Pringer with it. Custer Pringer drives in, kicks it. Brown on the dribble, and we've got a whistle and a charge on Ben Brown. That'll be an offensive player control foul for Smoky Mountain. Early on, Coach Thomas Young wants to talk things over. Let's see if this was.
Yes, it was. Reed Raby steps over, gets position, and takes it right on the chest.
Yep, sure did. Coach Young talking it over with his bunch, as you see on screen. We talked about the schedule a couple of times. We didn't have a chance at the pregame to throw the master schedule up. You see the ball games that we'll be doing here on FPSN. West Henderson will be on the NFHS network. But you see those back-to-back games that they lost, AC Reynolds and Union County. Tough opponent.
Oh, yeah.
And that game against Andrews, we talked about that in the girls' ball game, about how tough it is to go to Andrews. And Andrews has a whale of a ball team this year. Only 2 losses so far this season for Andrews. Brandon kicks it out. Desarn back over to Brandon. He's open three. Got it. Noah Brandon from downtown. Spinning and shooting and getting the Smoky Mountain Mustangs on the board for the first time. It's Cameron Fowler, and then a steal. That one from beyond the arc wouldn't go for Brown.
And that was a great move by Fowler.
Max McClure. Into the corner it goes. Brandon back over to Rowers now. Under 6 minutes left. And Rowers will get hacked as he attacked.
And up to this point, the Panthers are shooting 100%.
Foul whistled on Ben Brown, his second. And it's the second whistled on Smoky Mountain. Hernandez checks in for Coach Thomas Young and the Mustangs. Max McClure double team on the baseline. He'll get it out. It's Raby up high now over to Brandon. Back to Raby. Thought about it. Now Braylon Desarn. Double team. McClure, a deep three. Off the mark. Prenger comes down with a rebound. He's going to tipped from downtown. Can't get it to go. Long board, William Rowers.
Good hustle to the rebound by William.
Rowers pulls up off the glass.
Great under control move by William Rowers, the freshman.
Are the Panthers still shooting 100%?
No, they lost.
Oh, that's right.
They missed one.
That's right. There was one that went off the mark. Trying to block that out of my mind.
Yes, they're 100% from 2-point range.
That's right. That's right. That was an air ball. Taking a seat on Coach Young's bench is Custer Prenger. McClure spinning. Short. That'll head out of bounds and go to the Mustangs. And Prenger checks back into the game. Quick breather. 10-2, 8-point lead, 4:42 left, first quarter. Fowler working on Brandon, gives it up to Hernandez. Hernandez, pass knocked away, out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Smoky. So the Mustang's going to trigger in front of the student section. It's a dangerous place to be if you're an opponent. But not very rowdy tonight. Have been very vocal. Fowler.
Another charge.
Offensive foul. Cameron Fowler, the victim of that player control foul.
Yes, Reed Raby once again sliding over, getting position, knowing where they were going to go before they got there. Doing his work early and taking the charge.
Yep.
Such a simple play that most high school kids they don't learn how to do.
Braylon Desarn almost slipped down. Hans Raby back to Desarn. Approaching 4 minutes left. Now William Rowers lifts the pass underneath to Max McClure. It's knocked away. Smoky Mountain will sub in. Off the bench, Lane White for the first time into the ball game. Rowers looks to trigger. Gets it in bounds. And we've got a whistle and a foul as Max went up. Couldn't get the bucket, but McClure will be at the line for 2 shots.
Good set out of bounds play right there. The first option wasn't open, but Max McClure was able to get open and get fouled, get to the free throw line.
4:04 left. First quarter. McClure can't get the first. At the front of the iron. So Braxton Deal going to check in for the first time off of the bench. Doug Clemens. As Reed Raby takes a seat. Second shot for McClure. Rims out. Prenger will grab the board for Smoky. They're going to push up court. Hernandez underneath off the glass. Panthers now going to be pushing it up court. Rowers 3. Got it. William Rowers from downtown.
Good step back right there from William. Good hustle.
Rowers gives it up. McClure can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. Deal, no. Smoky comes out with it. It's Hernandez. Outlet pass. A lot of contact. Pringer couldn't get it to go.
Good defense by Brandon on that one.
Brandon grabbed the board up court. Brandon kicks it out. It's Raby. Check that. Brandon for three. And it hit the top of the backboard. Smoky will have possession as Coach Young going to check in Ace Pringer. As Cameron Fowler brings it up. Lane White will find the cutting. Ace Pringer, and it's going to be Ace Pringer that'll be at the line as he was fouled. Shot was no good. (13-4) non-point advantage for the Panthers as the foul was whistled on Braylon Desarn, his first. And Pringer's first shot is off the mark at the front of the iron. Four fouls on Smoky, just one whistled on Franklin. Offensive rebound. And the roll is up and good. The iron kind to Lane White. 13-5. Make that 13-6 now for Smoky Mountain.
Pass.
McClure battled for it, but he couldn't secure the board. Attic Sutton is checked into the ball game as Max McClure will take a breather. 2:40 left, first quarter. Cameron Flower directing traffic, kick it over. Pringer three, off the mark, an air ball. And go to the Panthers. 2.5 to go, first quarter. Glad you're with us on the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. Just a few minutes past 8 o'clock on a chilly and wet Friday night. Rowers deep three. Wouldn't go. Pringer with a rebound. Down court. Corner pocket three, yes. Wouldn't go.
Quick shot.
White could not get the bucket. Up and down the court we go, and that one's out of bounds. Both these teams like to push. 13-6, Panthers with the advantage. As we tick under 2 minutes left here in the first quarter, Cameron Fowler running the point. Gives it up to Pringer. Reverse. Lane White.
Nice move by White.
Brannon. Wouldn't go. Hernandez with a rebound for Smoky. Up court we go. Ace Pringer leans into it. We've got a blocking foul. That'll be whistled on the Panthers. I believe that one's going against Braxton Deal. Second on Franklin. Going to whistle in a 30-second timeout. Going to be called by Coach Doug Clemens. Mentioned the conference slates. We're in the heart of it now. The fifth conference game for Franklin. You see the conference standings. Franklin and North Henderson. North has the better overall record, but yes, Franklin got the best of them on Wednesday night. You see East Henderson in there. The only loss Franklin received was the first conference game of the year. That was to East Henderson. They're at 2-1 and 11-4 overall. You see West Henderson, the next opponent, the Panthers. They are at 3-1. And the bottom of the pack in the conference.
So there's legitimately there's three teams that are all in it for. Five teams that are in it for, possibly could win the league.
Two shots for Pringer. First one no good. Ace Pringer, the freshman. One more shot at the charity stripe. And he couldn't get him to go. Saved out of bounds into the hands of William Rowers. He's going to push up court, and Braxton Deal was not looking for that pass. A little behind him, out of bounds. Smoky will get possession back with 1:25 left.
And right there, you have to know who you're throwing it up to. Braxton isn't, I haven't been around that long, but I coach Braxton, and he's not the one that you throw it to out there like that.
Deep three. Rainbow shot for Lane White. Lane White has been the offense for Smoky Mountain here. 13-11, all of a sudden, you look up, it's just a two-point lead
game
for Franklin. Started out of the gates blazing, but
and you always
off a little bit.
Yes, and you always look at what little minor adjustments coaches do during that little run that Franklin had. Coach, he called a timeout, and they've gotten back into it ever since that timeout.
Braxton Deal leans into one, could not get it off the glass. 40 seconds left. Smoky, chance to tie or take the lead. And we've got a whistle in the paint and another foul going against Franklin. That'll be the third whistle this quarter. No shots.
I don't know what Coach Young, no relation, said, but they picked it up.
Braylon Azarn picked up a foul, his second. Down to 35 seconds remaining. First quarter. Hernandez. Angel Hernandez, a senior for Coach Thomas Young and the Mustangs. He's going to call out the offense. Now drive in, lose control. Outlet. Braylon Azarn to back it out. No. He's open three. That one wouldn't go. Battle for the rebound. Rowers comes out with it. He gets fouled. That'll be the fifth team foul on Smoky, so
two shots.
Two shots for William Rowers. That one is on Angel Hernandez, his first. First one, can't get it to go. McClure going to check back in for the final 12.3 seconds in this first quarter. And the second shot up and good. 3-point edge for the Panthers. Final ticks on the clock, first quarter. It's Hernandez. Swing it over. Pringer on the 4 seconds. Into Hernandez. What a pass. What a play. That'll do it. 1 quarter in the books. And we've got a 1-point lead for the Panthers. 14-13 as we head to break. Stay with us.
We are Dalton's Christian Bookstore, North Carolina's largest Christian bookstore. We offer a wide range of gifts and apparel. Children will find a world of fun to explore in our interactive kids section. Dalton's has a huge inventory of Christian literature, including Bibles in all translations. Dalton's, your destination for inspiration.
Second quarter underway. Franklin dominated the first half of that first quarter, but credit Smoky Mountain, made some adjustments, able to cut that Panther lead to just one at the end of the quarter. So we get the second quarter, we've got a whistle and a foul on Smoky Mountain. That'll send Max McClure to the line. That one's going against Lane White, his first.
Great execution coming out of the huddle there to get Max McClure the ball. It was, if you notice during that run, he was out of the game. And then right there at the beginning of the second quarter, went right back to him to get him on the line to break this run that the Mustangs are on.
Second shot up and good. Max hits them both at the charity stripe. Pringer gives it up. Hernandez up top. Thought about driving in. Finds White. White, step back three, up and good. Lane White has tied this ball game at 16. Attic Sutton to the hole.
Nice take by Attic. And great step back by White on that last possession by Smoky Mountain. This next one might be a heat check.
Hernandez. Are they going to say continuation, or was the foul before the shots? The question at this point, because it went in.
Yes, right there. Great move by Hernandez. Crossover. Great concentration.
So Angel Hernandez will be at the line for the and one. Foul whistle on Maddox Sutton, his first. And the team's first. Shot short. Braxton deal with a rebound. Panthers attack up court. It's Brannon. 3. Got it. Noah Brannon from the corner pocket. A. Springer up court. I'll swing it around. Look out. It's Lane White. He didn't attempt from beyond the arc. Knocked away. Max McClure with it into the front court. McClure dishes. Brannon. William Rowers 3. Long board picked up by William Rowers. Off to McClure. McClure pull up. Jay got it. At the elbow, Max McClure. Panthers with a run out of the gate. 23-18. 6:25 to go. Second quarter. Almost another steal for Max McClure. You talked about it in the break, not on the air, Tony, about defense and picking up the defensive intensity.
Yes.
And I think that's one thing that Coach Fleming's talked about in the break.
Yes, he definitely did, because you can tell how they're coming out and they're in each other's in the Smoky Mountain's face now.
Lane White, deep 3, no. Rebound, Sutton. Off to the races.
Looks like 5 new for the Panthers going to come in.
Whole new lineup coming in. Next dead ball for Coach Fleming's. William Rowers, short. Rebound, Panthers. Out it goes. Brannon, 3, no. Another offensive board. McClure gets hit. Shot no good. And that'll send Max McClure to the line.
And Max did something that most players wouldn't have done. 2 threes went up and they both missed. He actually was more open than anybody. He could have shot it, but he took one dribble in and then ended up getting fouled.
Well, there's the dead ball, and we've got a timeout on the floor. Is it going to be a full or a 30? Looks like it's going to be a full timeout. So we will take a 30-second break. Stay with us.
Join Backlot Cinema and the Blue Ridge Bartram Trail Conservancy for Walking with Bartram, a section hike of the Bartram Trail through Georgia and North Carolina. Streaming now on YouTube and Facebook.
Welcome back. Some free throw attempts coming up for Max McClure after the timeout. That's called. 5:51 left, second quarter. Foul, by the way, whistled on Angel Hernandez. That's his second. And it's also the second whistle on Smoky Mountain here in the second quarter. 2 shots from McClure. Got the first. One more for Max. Second shot up and good for McClure. So 2 at the charity stripe. Smoky Mountain will have it. It's Fowler being harassed. Fowler somehow comes out with it. This is underneath. Pringer couldn't get it to go. Offensive rebound. Lane White, and he gets the bucket.
Looks like Coach Clemens, he went to his bench. He went to his bench with some players that rarely play.
Off the mark.
Anderson Terrell right there.
Anderson Terrell wearing 42. He's not even on this roster that I had from 2023.
Yes, so some of the JV guys that play JV are in and, mixed in with some other bench players.
Thought that was Anderson Terrell.
Yes.
Looked like him. He's got the possession. He's going to bring it up for Coach Clemens. Now going to be picked up in the backcourt. Heaves it into the front court. To the hole. Off the mark. And we've got a whistle and a blocking foul on Smoky Mountain. Here's the replay.
Yep. Parker going in.
2 shots at the line. I'm writing in number 20.
20. His last name's Parker.
Okay. All right.
Cassidy's Parker's brother.
Gotcha. And we're heading the other way on the rebound. So Coach Young going to check in some players as well, as Smoky will have possession. (26-20). Panthers have never trailed in this ball game, but since the beginning part of that first quarter, the Panthers jumped out to a double-digit lead. It has gotten close. Saved out of bounds by Terrell. Up court, Caleb Chapman wouldn't go, and grabbing that board underneath, Lane White. He's at 6'2". Hernandez hits the deck. We've got a whistle and a blocking foul coming up on Franklin. So I believe that one's going against Parker. That'll be his first, and it's the second whistled on Franklin. Sends Angel Hernandez to the line for 2 shots. Can't get the roll on the first. We'll get one more. Like the Smoky Mountain girls team, the boys team also searching for their first conference win. Coming in at 0-3. Hernandez gets the second to go. Chapman with it. We'll swing it out to Brennan Cabe. Cabe now into the corner. That's Terrell. Terrell dishes a pass underneath that is stolen away. It's Pringer with it. And his outlet couldn't be controlled by White. Got to go back to the Panthers. 4:12 to go here, second quarter.
And this is good for the Panthers, because unlike the Lady Panthers, when Coach Hartbarger put the subs in, the game was out of reach. This is a 5-point game, so like they're actually feeling what the real game feels like.
3 off the mark. Rebound underneath. It's an offensive board out to Terrell. 3. That one wouldn't go for Anderson Terrell. Smoky controls with Pringer in the corner. He'll swing it around the horn. And we've got a whistle on the attack by Lane White, and a touch foul going against the Panthers.
Starters back in for the Panthers.
Smoky looks to trigger underneath their own basket. It's knocked away. Panthers pick it up.
Good pass. Great pass by William Rowers on a cutting Reed Raby.
Maybe able to get the bucket. Hernandez will be at the line. Well, maybe not. He may not have been in the act. Now they're going to say he was on the floor. Just the 4th team foul on Franklin, so we've got one more to give here in the second quarter. Bounce pass into Pringer. Gets position. Rims out. Rowers pushes to McClure. McClure's shot no. Rebound. Underneath, it's an offensive board for Hervey. And got a foul on Smoky Mountain.
Good strong rebound by Braden Hervey right there.
It's the 4th whistled on Smoky, so next team foul for either will have shots. Raby looks to get it in. Does. McClure underneath. Gets position. Can't get the first shot. Got his own rebound. Goes back up. And he got the roll.
Yes, good strong rebound by McClure. He's the leading rebounder for the team.
Hernandez called up. Secured it. Gave it up to White. He's going to attempt another off-balance shot. It won't go. Rebound. Secured by Pringer. One thing that Smoky Mountain does have, some size.
Yes, they do.
And it is shown here with some rebounds, some second chance opportunities. That'll be a foul on the Panthers that'll send Smoky Mountain to the charity stripe. 2 shots upcoming for Ben Brown. That was whistled on Noah Brandon, his first, team's 5th. Sawyer Snyder has come into the game for Coach Thomas Young and Smoky. One more at the free throw line for Ben Brown. And he gets a second to go. McClure going to bring it up. 2:45 left, second quarter. Raby into the corner. Brandon now attacks the baseline. Nice spin move. High off the glass. No. Hervey with the rebound. McClure pulls up. Got it. Just inside. Free throw line. Max McClure extends that Panther lead. Now double digits at 32-22.
That second chance point was provided by Braden Hervey right there on the boards, kicking it back out.
Approaching 2 minutes left. Hernandez throws it away into the hands of Bud Clemens.
And like you mentioned earlier, the defense has been ratcheted up somewhat by the Panthers.
So it's McClure holding up the offensive number. Finds Rowers. Now back it goes. McClure off the glass. Now a whistle. And a timeout going to be called by Coach Thomas Young. He wants to talk it over. It'll be a full timeout now, trailing 12. Coach Young wants to make sure that his team doesn't fall back anymore. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back right after this.
In open space, Hanley at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Davis hits one into right pretty well. Right fielder backpedaling. It's out of here. All right, welcome back. Minute 47 left, second quarter. 12-point advantage for the Panthers. Smoky will have possession out of the break. Coach Young called timeout to stop the bleeding, he hopes, before the halftime break for his Mustangs.
You know, in that first quarter, that timeout did work,
Sure
during the stop the break and break up the run.
Pringer kicks it out into the hands of Fowler. Swing it over to Pringer. Goes in, and Custer Pringer could not get it to go. Panthers race down court. Hernandez collides with Raby underneath eventually.
Assist from his backside.
Brandon able to get the bucket. Pringer gives it up. Spinning and shooting. Fowler can't get the roll. Reed Raby.
Reed Raby.
Raby down court quickly. 60 seconds left. Rowers double team over to Raby. Now Brandon. Brandon almost lost control of it. Off balance. Rowers. William Rowers makes it a 38-22 advantage for the Panthers.
Good take by William to get the ball into the paint.
Well, looks like this first half's going to be bookend by Panther runs. To begin the first quarter and end the second quarter. And that one's out of bounds. It's a turnover for Smoky Mountain. Back into the game, it's Lane White. Also checking in for Coach Thomas Young, it's Ben Brown back into the game. 25 seconds left. Max McClure going to take his time. Bring it up across that timeline. Von Rowers. McClure on the dribble. McClure will be at the line with 8.7 left. He'll shoot 2. It's the 5th on Smoky Mountain.
And Max will learn as he gets older that he should wait just a little bit longer. You know, get that guy off of you when he crossed over, put it between his legs, bring it back out a little bit longer, and then you have the last shot. Now you have to play defense.
First shot up and good. One more at the free throw line for Max McClure. Can make it an even 40 for the Panthers in the first half. And he does.
No shot.
Oh.
Lane violation.
He'll wave it off. He'll wave off that shot. Back to 39-22. Now press in the backcourt. It's a steal. McClure couldn't get the roll, but he'll be back at the line with 5.3 seconds left. And McClure now makes it a 40-22 Panther lead. 18 points with 5.3 seconds to go.
Hernandez was trying to get a clarity on what can he do, because he did appear that he was straight up.
Second shot. Up and good. So again, Smoky Mountain going to attempt to inbound it. And they do get it in this time. 2 seconds. And that'll do it. At the break, 41-22, Panthers by 19 in the Battle of Cowee Mountain. We'll take a break here. Cheerleaders going to come out and they're going to perform. We'll let them perform here, so the folks that can't be in the stands, but the cheerleaders can see them perform. Then we'll take a break, and we'll come back, break down that first half, get you set for the beginning of the third quarter here on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. As I've mentioned a couple of times, if you haven't already, go ahead, like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Instagram. You'll find post schedule information on broadcast. Also, all conference, all region, all state. All that information is on both of our social media channels as well. All right, stay with us, fans. More to come here at the break.
Hi, my name's Elijah Cochran. I'm a senior at Franklin High School, and I run indoor and outdoor track. I have 9 total school records. My personal goals for this indoor track season is to win the state MVP, to score enough points to help my team win another state championship. My plans after high school is to get a Division I track scholarship to a school, which I have not decided which school I'd like to go to yet. If I had to leave a word of advice for anyone that's thinking about starting track and field, it would just be to keep up the hard work and not give up. I started track my 6th grade year, and I didn't win a race until my junior or sophomore year. It's obviously difficult, and you become discouraged at times, but if you just keep pushing through the pain, all that hard work will pay off.
right pretty well. Right fielder backpedaling. It's out of here.
We are Dalton's Christian Bookstore, North Carolina's largest Christian bookstore. We offer a wide range of gifts and apparel. Children will find a world of fun to explore in our interactive kids section. Dalton's has a huge inventory of Christian literature, including Bibles in all translations. Dalton's, your destination for inspiration.
Welcome back, fans, as we are at the break of the boys varsity. 41-22. Panthers with the advantage by 19 over the Smoky Mountain Mustangs. George Young, Tony Christie back with you. And as I mentioned at the very end of that first half, it was first half of runs for the Panthers, able to jump out a double-digit lead to begin that first quarter, and then saw Smoky come back.
Right.
Ratcheted up the defense in a couple of timeouts. Smoky made some adjustments, and then late there in that second quarter, Franklin able to go on another run and extend the lead to 19.
Yes, and all of it was done by the defensive end, because with that little stretch, when Max went out the game, they kind of got back in the game, and then Max is their leader because he's the one that's been on varsity for the longest. So, no matter what's happening, he's still the leader, and his defensive intensity turned up, something for everyone, on the floor. And that's what you need. And you need to do that without, having, take anybody out, do some things. But on the offensive end, they've actually shot the ball decently on open shots. Yeah. Get the ball into the paint and, kick it back out and make a three. And then getting it down low to Max down there, down low. And he's been able to power some up and get some fouls and, put them in foul trouble.
All right, we're about 2.5 minutes until we will start the third quarter. So we'll take another quick break, come back, tip off the third quarter right after this. (41-22) rather at the break. Panthers with the advantage. Both teams out of the locker room. You see them warming up, just about ready to begin the third quarter. Fans will be back on YouTube and Facebook next Friday as the Panthers will be hosting these Swain County Maroon Devils here at the Panther Den. after a road trip on Tuesday nights, barring weather, which looks more and more likely. Some snow moving in next week. Be on the road at West Henderson to conclude the first half of the conference season. And then a non-conference affair with Swain County next Friday right here on YouTube and Facebook.
Now everyone has played because Jacob Gibson is
he's
checked
out
in.
there.
Yeah,
he's going to begin the third quarter on the floor. Reed Raby, Braylon Azarn, William Rowers, along with Max McClure will be the starting five for the Panthers. You see Fowler with it for Coach Thomas Young. He'll give it up. Pringer had it. Now Pringer has it again underneath, working on Gibson. Off the mark, Pringer grabbed the board, then he threw it away. Braylon Azarn, the assist from Max McClure, and he couldn't get it to go. Down court quickly. Pringer able to get the bucket. Get the scoring going for Smoky Mountain. Cut into that Panther lead now at 41-24. Azarn dishes a pass to Reed Raby, and he is going to be fouled. A lot of commotion underneath. A lot of hollering. I didn't know exactly
that's what I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Foul. Okay. All right. And a late sub for Coach Thomas Young. And checking in for the first time, it's Walliser, Jason Walliser. Remember his brother, I'm assuming it's his brother that played for Smoky. William Rowers three in the corner, no. Offensive rebound, Raby. Back out to Rowers. Another three. That one's off the mark. Gibson with a rebound. He powers up, and Jacob Gibson will get the bucket to go, and he gets into the scoring column out of the gate.
Jacob is a very strong player, and that's what he'll do.
Pringer. Three ball wouldn't fall. Body's hitting the deck, and it's going to be off of a Panther. He'll stay with Smoky Mountain. Ace Pringer to trigger. Get it in to Custer Pringer, but he couldn't secure it. The Panthers have it with William Rowers. Over to Reed Raby, three. Raby wouldn't go. Gibson with the rebound off the glass.
Like I said, that's what Big Jacob does. Not too flashy. He'll get it in there, and he will finish the shot.
Pringer with it. He'll give it up. Wyke in and out. Rebound underneath. Wyke had it briefly. He lost it. Max McClure. Now it's to Zarn from the corner. Zarn gets his own rebound. Rowers thought about it. Now going to attack the hole. Gets double teamed underneath. Tries to get position. Able to get position and able to get the bucket.
Good strong move by William Rowers.
47-24. Panthers extending that lead. Pringer kicks it out. It's a deep three for Wyke. A rainbow shot. Rainmaker. And he gets it to go, does Lane Wyke. He's had some impressive distance threes.
Just like I said before, he was going to have a heat check one, and I think that was it right there.
McClure, count it, and one.
Ben Brown was late right there, getting to the spot. You can see Max, with that left hand coming in, and Max actually jumped to the right, and he fell to the left. So that's a classic, call right there. Good try, though, by Ben Brown.
The one at the free throw line, Angel Hernandez back into the game for his time in the second half. Had a great first half for Coach Thomas Young and Smoky. And one shot at that free throw line for Max McClure. Make it an even 50. And he can't get it to go. Front of the iron, Hernandez with the rebound. He's being harassed, hits the deck, and a foul going against either Gibson or McClure. Looks like it's going against Gibson. Yeah, Jacob Gibson pick up his first. And will be the first on Franklin. Third quarter. 5:09 left. What a move. Snyder kicks it out. It's Angel Hernandez. Wouldn't go. And on the rebound, we've got a whistle. And it's out of bounds. It's off of a Panther. Into Hernandez. Hernandez, nice move to split defenders. Couldn't get the bucket. It's Rowers with the board. Rowers wildly into the paint, and it's going to be an offensive foul.
Yes.
Charge on William Rowers.
Seen several young men step in for charges, that's pretty good because a lot of times you see them trying to block shots.
Second foul on Franklin here in the third. Fowler holds it high, kicks it up top. Another deep three. It's White. Banks it home. Lane White. My goodness. He has single-handedly been the scoring almost for Smoky tonight. And Max McClure responds and hits a deep three of his own. High pass secured by White. Over to Hernandez, three. Rebound, Raby. And Reed Raby going to push it up court. Gibson able to secure. Jacob Gibson, acrobatic.
Get it, put it in, big fella.
Now they're going to whistle a foul on the floor before the shot. They'll wave it off.
And right there for Jacob Gibson, knowing what you do. Great catch. And then he didn't, he was open. He could have shot a shot, but he brought it down there, tried to get it into the paint where he knows he can score.
He knows he's got the advantage.
Yes.
With the size. So Fowler checks in for Coach Thomas Young and Smoky Mountain. I think that's we've got maybe an issue with the official here. They're discussing something. Now they're going to go to the scores table and determine everything's good.
See, that's when we're down there on the floor, we could hear it.
Yeah. Find out what's happening.
Yes.
Back to action. Foul was whistled on Lane White. That's his fourth. He's in foul trouble. Shot no. Pringer with the board. Dishes to Hernandez. Gibson with the rebound. McClure slows it down. Rowers, baseline, kicks it. Desarn drives in, back out. Rowers. Desarn's open, top of the key. Nothing but net.
Good ball movement right there, and Braylon Desarn was ready to shoot it when he caught it.
Whistle and a timeout. Looks like it's going to be a full timeout for Coach Thomas Young and the Smoky Mountain Mustangs. Now trailing 55-30. Going to be a full timeout, so we'll take a quick break ourselves. Back after this.
In open space, Hanley at the 20, 15-10-5, touchdown.
Davis hits one into right pretty well. Right fielder backpedaling. It's out of here. .313 left in the third, 55-30. Panthers have opened up a sizable lead here as we begin the third quarter. It was tight for a good portion of that first half.
Yes.
It was tied at one point at 16.
The Battle of Cowee Mountain, the rivalry game,
Yep.
The adrenaline was pumping at the beginning because this place is actually packed. You can't
It
really
is.
tell by the sound,
making
but
any
this
noise.
place is packed.
Not making much noise. Of course, it's been a blowout for a good portion of the girls' game, and now here in the boys' game.
So it takes a lot of the air out of the building right there.
Got some subs coming in for Plemons. Sutton comes in, Hervey into the game. Brannon back in. Springer shot no. Rebound Sutton, he'll bring it up. Kicks it over, Desarn, open three. Got it. Braylon Desarn from downtown.
He continues his hot shooting. He was 3 or 4 in the Pisgah game.
Panthers by 28. Another turnover. McClure caught underneath, kicks it out. It's Brannon three. Off the mark. Hervey with the board. Out to Braylon Desarn. Finds Sutton, back to Desarn. He thought about it. And he'll bring it down and reset the offense. Sadek Sutton calls it out. 2:14 left. McClure. They say he went up and down. Yeah, he did. He doesn't agree.
if you're going to call that, it actually should have been a jump ball, because if he had his hand on the ball, it would have been a jump ball.
That's a turnover. Smoky will have it as Fowler brings it up. Prager underneath, lost control. And now we've got a whistle and a foul on Franklin. That'll just be the 4th foul on Franklin, so no shots here. Well, Brannon going to pick it up, his 2nd. Speaking of the officials, and I said this off the air, and we've got a couple of new officials here, at least new to us, and we've seen.
Right.
It's good to see some new faces out here, especially on the JV side. There's a couple of women that have been officiating, which is great to see.
Yes.
And some younger men, too, that I have seen that have picked up officiating. It's a thankless job, and
really is.
A lot of the old-time officials, ones that have been around for 20, 30, some 40 years, are aging out, health concerns, or just sick of all the abuse. And they are they're just giving it up, saying, I don't need this.
Mainly that last one, sick of the abuse.
Yes, you're right, and it's a shame, but it's good to see some new faces, and these guys and gals here tonight have done a good job.
Yes. You know, one of the best is out there, Todd Doolittle.
Yep.
We've seen him around. He's been like the lead official several times, and he's very professional. And a lot of the young ones, you know, they're always asking him questions and things like that, and that's where it's good, where you can pass it on, because like you said, it's a thankless job.
It is.
And you know, the abuse you're getting from the fans. I've heard one state talking about going to, if a fan gets kicked out of a game, they're going to have to officiate a game before they can come back into the facilities. So
that's a great punishment. I mean,
correct.
You know, if you think that
it's
you can
easy.
do a better job, then you get out there and do it.
And I tell you, because I coach, and I've gotten technicals before and things like that, but it's, you know, there's reason behind it. But for the most part, I'm just talking to them, you know, just trying to figure it out. And that's where a lot of the fans, they look at and see how angry a coach is, and then they think they should be that angry too. But no, just let the coach, and then, you know, it'll all work out.
Well, you know, the officials don't have as much problems with the coaches as fans think they do.
Right.
You know, they know the coaches.
It's a heated conversation. That's all it is.
That's right. They're going to get upset, and they may have to call a technical foul and maybe kick him out of the ballgame from time to time. And I think the coaches understand they're just doing their job.
Correct.
But the fans are what.
Yeah, that's where the abuse comes from sometimes.
Really caused a lot of officials to consider other options on a Friday night.
Because they're not like their NCAA, actually like NBA officials. They're not full-time, so it's not.
Yeah, and the money that they're making, they're probably breaking even, especially traveling all over the countryside here in the western part of North Carolina.
Correct.
If you get assigned a game, then most likely you're traveling an hour plus wherever you go, unless it is within your county. And a lot of times, you know, if you're in the same county as the school, they don't want to book you for the local school. So
correct. Yep.
It's a thankless job. We're going to get a whole new lineup for Smoky Mountain into the game for Coach Thomas Young, as we'll have one more free throw attempt at the line. Brannon will attempt. Missed the first, draws the second, and he can't get that one to go. Springer with the rebound. Down to 10 seconds. And almost a steal by Hervey. stay with Smoky with 7 seconds left. And a strip. Desarn at the buzzer. Braylon Desarn gets the bucket to make it an even 30-point lead after 3 quarters. In the Battle of Cowee Mountain. We'll take a break. 4th quarter coming up right after this.
Dalton's Christian Bookstore, North Carolina's largest Christian bookstore. We offer a wide range of gifts and apparel. Children will find a world of fun to explore in our interactive kids section. Dalton's has a huge inventory of Christian literature, including Bibles in all translations. Dalton's, your destination for inspiration.
We are underway in the 4th quarter. 30-point advantage. Panthers have doubled up the Mustangs. We've got a whole new lineup in for Coach Clemens. Looks like Coach Thomas Young has his original starters into the game. Smoky will have it in the corner. Tyler Koch along with Sutton. Shot underneath. Up and good. And a foul and one situation coming up for Custer Pringer.
Brennan Cave with that foul right there.
Braxton Deal also on the floor. Brennan Cave picks up his first. And connecting for the 3-point play is Custer Pringer. And on the inbound, a whistle, and looks like another timeout going to be called by
Doug Clemens.
Coach Doug Clemens. It's going to be 30. Yeah, it'll be a 30-second timeout. So, yeah, we'll look at the schedule and the conference standings. So, it's still not in the books yet, but I can confidently say that Franklin will put a 4 up there in the win column for the conference side and an 11 up there for the overall. You see that Smoky will drop 0-4 in the conference, but it is anybody's to win at this point.
Yes, it is.
With Franklin already beating North Henderson. And a tie there at the top. And again, here's the upcoming schedule. West Henderson on Tuesday and a game next Friday here at the pit, at the Den. Another tough one on the road at East Henderson to begin the conference slate for the second time through. We had a foul on Smoky Mountain. That one's going against Ace Springer. It'll be his first and the first on Smoky here in the 4th quarter.
Good pass.
Cade lost it. And eventually it's a wrestling match out there. And I don't exactly know if it's going to be Smoky ball or Franklin ball. What are they going to do here? They're going to whistle a foul. Foul going to be whistled on Braxton Deal. That'll be the second on Franklin. Corner 3, White off the mark. Oh, I said off the mark. Somehow it came back. Oh, man. Pass to Deal, knocked away. Stays with Franklin. Chapman up high. Kayla Chapman goes up, comes down. We've got a jump ball, and it's
stays here.
Stay with Franklin. Possessionero with the Panthers. 7 minutes left.
And the starters come back in. It wasn't going how Coach Clemens wanted it to go. I've been there. I know you put him in there, you think that it'll be just fine. And it starts looking like that. Either call timeout, lose your mind, or, just put the starters back in.
Over and back. That one was caught in the front court. He stepped over the line, did Reed Raby. Fowler gives it up. Now they'll swing it to Pringer in the paint. Tries to get position. Swinging those long arms, and we've got a foul on Franklin.
Yeah, right there, Noah Brandon. When a guy turns around, you can't put your arm on him just like that. It's an automatic foul.
6:45 left in the paint. Spinning, shooting, getting the bucket to go is White. Lane White. Don't have a running total of stats and points tonight, but White definitely, I would say, leading the way for Smoky Mountain. Bowers gives it up. Now it's Braylon Desarn. Desarn into the corner. McClure, three, off the mark. Pringer comes down with it, going to race down court, and from behind, McClure reaches in, and they'll whistle a foul on Max. It'll be Max McClure's first foul, the team's fourth. A lot of fouls at the beginning of this fourth quarter for the Panthers. Fowler kicks it out.
And that's the last thing you want.
Three up and good. Ben Brown gets into the three action. Has cut that lead to 60-41. He's cut it to a 19-point edge. Now it was 30.
And now with the Mustangs, if they really, they actually could get back into this game because they have, it's almost the bonus. 2 shots.
Yeah.
You'll be at 2 shots for 5 minutes. I'd take, you just take it to the hole every single time you're shooting free throws.
And Franklin is not in the attack mode offensively.
No, the intensity has been down, and
McClure gets the J just inside the arc. McClure able to stop the bleeding briefly here. 62-41, back to a 21-point lead. Nice dish, nice bucket. As Ace Pringer, the freshman, gets that one to go for the Mustangs. Panthers got to get it across that timeline. William Rowers is going to be whistled for an offensive foul. He jumped as he came across the line and then collided.
Yes, stay on the ground.
He collided with Ben Brown. Rowers going to pick up the offensive foul. Second on Rowers, fifth on Franklin. Player control foul, so no shots. Another rainbow shot for White. Pringer with the rebound. Ace Pringer for three. Smoky not going away, and the inbounds pass. Reach-in foul on Smoky Mountain. Just the third whistled on Smoky. That one's going against Cameron Fowler, his second. So Rowers will trigger. Again, pressure from Smoky Mountain, Coach Thomas Young. Back off as Angel Hernandez follows Max McClure across that timeline. Now Noah Brandon cross court, dangerous in the corner. Reed Raby off the mark. Lane White will be at the line.
Yes. And that's what I was talking about. Like right now, it's going to be two. That one right there was a shot, but it's two shots every single foul from here on out. Yeah. And if he gets stops on the other end and come down and get one or two here and there, it's a different ball game.
Yeah, hit some threes in between.
Oh yeah.
It's, as you have said multiple times on these broadcasts over the years, the 3-ball is a neutralizer.
Yep, that and scoring while the clock is stopped. That's how you get back into games. There was a college game I did last week, and that same thing happened. The team was up by 19 points with 9 minutes left and came back and cut it within 2.
So one more for Lane White. They're going to adjust, I believe, who the foul was whistled on. No good for the charity stripe. It was on Max McClure. That's his second. I believe they had it on Brannon. Attic Sutton dribbles in, picks it up, finds McClure, back to Sutton. 4 minutes left. Panthers draining some clock. Attic Sutton going to be fouled by Pringer. It'll be the 4th on Smoky, so they've got one more to give. It'll be the 3rd foul on Custer Pringer.
And this right here, they're taking time off the clock smart because it's, the rules right now.
Yeah.
But when there's a shot clock, it's, that
Can't
kind
do
of that eliminates a lot of it.
Sure does.
A lot of it right there.
What's the time? I know in Georgia they have the shot clock. How much is it? 30-second clock?
35, I believe.
35?
Yeah.
That's 35. What it is in college, right?
Yes, correct.
35. Yeah. Shots coming up 30. For William Rowers.
Oh, women's is
30?
Yeah, women's is actually longer.
Okay.
Yes, longer.
2 shots for William Rowers. That was the 5th foul on Smoky Mountain. Angel Hernandez picks it up, and that was his 4th. So he's in foul trouble. One more for William Rowers. Offensive rebound. Max McClure comes out with it. They're going to drain some more clock. 3:20 left. Three minutes, 10 seconds. And a whistle. And we've got a foul on Smoky. So
2 shots.
Rowers will be back at the line. A couple of shots. And this is when the rule that was changed for this year really comes back to bite a team that's trying to come back because you don't have that 1-and-1. You really can't.
You really can't. It's rough.
And the first shot up and good.
Because if it's 1-and-1, you're, it puts pressure on the shooter.
Yep.
And then on everything that's happening. So it actually did change the game a lot.
Caleb Chapman comes off the bench for Clemens. Second shot up and good for Rowers. 65-47. Panthers by 18. The shot blocked by Sutton. Smoky picks it back up. Underneath, we've got a whistle and a foul as Pringle will be at the line.
And Pringer right there, he has to go straight up. He was leaning back, and he's lucky that they actually called that foul. But if he would have went straight up, he might have got it because he is, he's taller and longer.
2 shots, and he gets the roll in the first. Foul was whistled on Rowers. That's his 3rd. Again, both teams over the limit. If you notice, too, with the new rules, they stopped counting fouls at 5. You see on our board there.
And Smoky Mountain definitely going to come out with a press, some kind of full court press to try to steal the ball. Max McClure is trying to figure out how that was a jump ball because the guy was literally in the backside over his shoulder.
So, Smoky Mountain will have possession after the jump ball. Ace Pringer gets it in. His brother off the glass and good for Custer Pringer. McClure draining more clock. And another foul whistle on Smoky. So more shots upcoming. That one's going against Sawyer Snyder, his third. And it's McClure for 2. And he can't get the first.
See right there in the normal time, that would have been a, now we're going to the other end. It makes the game. So they took a little bit of excitement out of it.
Yep. Supposed to be safer.
Safer.
Supposed to be safer.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's what they say. You don't have the boxing out and all that.
Yeah. If the game was called how it's supposed to be called, it would actually be safe.
We got a timeout on the floor. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout. 2:17 left in this one. Major schedule upcoming. A lot of basketball here on YouTube and Facebook coming up in the next few weeks. Mountain 7 Conference Tournament is at West Henderson. February 20th, semifinals, and the 22nd is the finals night in Mills River. And again, the logo beside West and East Henderson is the NFHS network. And that is a pay-per-view network, national network that they have signed up for with an automated system, automated camera. And if you would like to pay for it, you can watch it. Those 2 ball games. Outlet pass. Nazarn. Braylon Nazarn with a bucket. Panthers by 18 now. Oh, man.
White.
Tell you what. Lane White with another rainbow 3. And a steal. White gets fouled. Blocking foul coming up on the Panthers, and that'll send Lane White to the line. It's going against Sutton, I believe. Attic Sutton will pick up the foul as he tried to get position and take the charge. Minute 43 left. Two shots. One more after they clean up some perspiration. Get a towel from the Smoky Mountain bench to clean it up. Lane White will attempt the second free throw. Rebound Rowers. He'll be fouled. So the Panthers will most likely eclipse the 70-point mark. And if you look at those games, Tony, the one thing that if you look at the scores of all those ball games, where the Panthers score 70, automatic win.
Yes, they're right there.
They're right at it. Scored 65 against Pisgah, got a win, but Scored 64 against Andrews and lost.
Right. Oh.
Scored right at 70 against North Henderson. The 70 is the magic number.
There they are.
There they are. 70-54. Hernandez secures it, kicks it out. It's a three in the corner, off the mark. Long board, Rowers. Couldn't get it to go. Offensive rebound, and it got stripped out of the hands of Bizarre. Smoky with some issues. It's Hernandez, double team. Kind of frenetic pace here to end the ball game. We're approaching 60 seconds. Outlet pass. It's Rowers. The high point mark of the season came against Polk County, Tennessee. It was 83.
Oh, nice move by White again.
My goodness. Of course, that was the ball game that Max McClure had 42 points.
Yes.
83-point output for the Panthers in that one. 36 seconds left. And more shots upcoming.
Yeah, I'm thinking now that I've seen it right now, right there. That was this nice move right there by White. Now that I've seen this rule about the shooting two shots, I don't like it. I really don't like it. I do not like it.
Well,
this game should have been over 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, but I also say if you're going to implement this rule, have a shot clock.
Correct. How about say you can't, because this right here has not been good.
If you've got a shot clock, that it speeds up the game.
Right.
Speeds up your offense. You don't have as many fouls because you're executing the offense a little better.
So if you get a lead now, in this day and age, how these rules are, if you have a lead, you have a lead.
Yeah.
You have to get back into the game, a different way.
Yeah, you got to call steals.
Yes.
And hope the other team misses some shots. And you obviously get the rebound and box out effectively. But that's another three up and good. It was Brown. Ben Brown with a bucket, another foul, another walk to the other side for some free throw shots. 74-59. Jay Brooks told me that he thinks it's coming to North Carolina, the shot clock.
It's definitely
3 years.
Yeah, it's definitely coming because North Carolina is known as the hoop state. There's a lot of there's so many players from North Carolina that end up going to play in major college basketball. So it only makes sense to prepare them for that.
12 seconds left. May do it. William Rowers. Nope. Will be fouled. And Rowers will be at the line for a couple of shots. 3 seconds left. 3.4 to be exact.
I just happened to look down. He got fouled?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Yeah.
Rowers will hit the first. And starting to hit the exits as this one is pretty much in the books, except for the final score. And he gets the second to go, does Rowers, 77-59. That's going to do it. Buzzer sounds. Final score 78-59. Panthers advance their record to 11-4. Now 4-1 in the Mountain 7 Conference. And we'll head to Mills River on Tuesday night to take on the West Henderson Falcons, barring weather issues.
Yep.
They'll be closing out the first half of the conference slate. And then we'll be back here on Friday night for a non-conference affair against Smoky Mountain, against Swain County. And we'll have that ball game right here on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. That's pretty much going to wrap up our coverage tonight. Thanks to Christine and to Logan on cameras and Clinton Taylor, our executive producer. Clean sweep for the Panthers tonight. Lady Panthers victorious, and the boys varsity Panthers victorious 78-59. For all involved, for Tony Christie, I'm George Young. Till next time, so long, everybody.
Hi, my name is Elijah Cochran. I'm a senior at Franklin High School, and I run indoor and outdoor track. I have 9 total school records. My personal goals for this indoor track season is to win the state MVP to score enough points to help my team win another state championship. My plans after high school is to get a Division I track scholarship to a school, which I have not decided which school I'd like to go to yet. If I had to leave a word of advice for anyone that's thinking about starting track and field, it would just be to keep up the hard work and not give up. I started track my 6th grade year, and I didn't win a race until my junior or sophomore year. It's obviously difficult, and you become discouraged at times, but if you just keep pushing through the pain, all that hard work will pay off.